The stock market is finished, and you need to get out before Trump pushes us into a full recession. That's what the headlines want you to believe. Breaking news banner cable news anchors are shouting. Twitter is blowing up. And friends are texting each other asking, should I sell everything before it all collapses? But hold on, there's more going on here than the doom and gloom narrative. If you've been following me for a while, you know I'm obsessed with the markets, and since a lot of you started investing because of my videos, I feel responsible to give you a clear, honest breakdown. So before you panic sell your 401k, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Every market crash has a cause. This one isn't random, it ties back to 3 key triggers. And yes, they all connect to one person, Donald Trump. Now, before you think this is political, relax. I'm not here to pick sides. I'm here to talk about money, investing, and how all this affects regular people like you and me. So let's dig into the 3 triggers behind this crash, why they matter, and how you can actually benefit from the chaos. Wall Street ticker. Trigger number 1. Trump's trade war. Trump sells himself as a master negotiator, the guy who protects American jobs by playing hardball with other nations. But these trade battles come with consequences. The last time America tried big tariffs like this, it wasn't pretty. Back in 1930, Congress passed the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act. Old newspaper clipping. At first, it sounded patriotic, protect U.S. businesses by taxing foreign imports. But what happened? Other countries retaliated. International trade froze, companies collapsed, and millions of Americans lost jobs. What should have been a regular downturn turned into the Great Depression. Fast forward almost 100 years. In February 2025, Trump slapped a 10% tariff on Canadian energy and a 25% tariff on other Canadian products. Canada hit back with their own tariffs, including a 25% surcharge on electricity exports that impacted New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. Trump doubled down, raising tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum to 50%. Unlike Canada's symbolic move, this one packed a punch. It hurt Canada's manufacturing industry and made steel more expensive for American companies that rely on imports. And who eats those costs? Not businesses, they pass them to customers. Grocery store checkout. That means higher prices on cars, appliances, electronics, and even food. Everyday families feel the pinch, not just Wall Street. To make things worse, as the US puts up barriers, other nations are forming alliances to trade without us. To BRICS bloc, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa is gaining ground. The more America isolates itself, the more business shifts elsewhere. So, as an investor, what's my take? Short term, a few industries might win. Long term, higher costs and weaker global ties outweigh the benefits. And honestly, I don't think Trump actually wants high tariffs. At his core, he's a deal maker. I believe he's using tariffs as leverage to push for trade deals on US-friendly terms. The problem? Markets hate uncertainty. Constant flip-flops and tariff battles scare investors. And when investors lose confidence, stocks dive. Trigger number 2. NATO uncertainty. Next up, Trump's comments on NATO. He's openly questioned whether the US should keep footing the bill to defend allies unless they pay more. Sounds reasonable on the surface, right? But here's the catch: if America pulls back, global stability gets shaky. Without the US playing world police, countries like Russia and China might push harder in Europe and Asia. Military tanks. That means more conflicts, rising defense spending, unstable trade, and surging energy prices. And markets hate unpredictability. The second investors think the world's unstable, they pull their money fast. Trigger number 3. The planned crash theory. Now here's the wild one. There's a theory floating around that Trump might actually want the market to crash, at least temporarily. Why? Interest rates. Trump's hated high rates for years. The Federal Reserve sets them, and technically, the White House can't just tell the Fed to cut. But here's the loophole. If the market tanks and a recession looms, the Fed has to slash rates to stabilize the economy. And cutting rates doesn't just make stocks rebound, it makes US debt cheaper. Think of America's $36.5 trillion national debt like a massive credit card bill. With high rates, the interest payments alone are crushing. Lower rates mean the government saves billions, maybe trillions on interest. If Trump triggers conditions for lower rates, the government gets breathing room, businesses get cheaper loans, stocks recover, and he can claim victory. Could this be one of the boldest financial power plays ever? Maybe. So, If this theory is right, we're not staring at long-term collapse. We're looking at a shake-up before a rebound. So what should you do? Crashes aren't rare. They're normal. They happen every few years. The people who panic can sell usually lose. The ones who prepare, stay calm, and buy wisely, they often win big. Here's what I suggest, not financial advice, just what's worked for me as someone who's made millions through downturns. Step 1. Build your foundation. Before investing a dime, make sure you have 3 to 6 months of emergency savings and wipe out high-interest debt. Step 2. Invest while things are on sale. During the 2008 crash, I kept buying. My investments doubled when the market bounced back. Nobody nails the bottom perfectly, but steady buying while prices are low. Dollar cost averaging puts you ahead long-term. Pile of cash. Step 3. Stay disciplined. Market drops come in 3 types: corrections, 10 to 20% dips, normal and healthy. Bear markets, 20 to 40% declines, lasting around 9 months. Full collapses, 40% plus, rare but always followed by rebounds. If you sell in panic, you lock in losses. If you keep buying, you ride the recovery. Step 4. Diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. My portfolio includes stocks, bonds, real estate, gold, and even some crypto. Dividend stocks can also soften the blow since they pay you even during downturns. Final thoughts. Here's the truth. Crashes aren't the end, they're opportunities. While most people panic, smart investors prepare. History shows every US crash has been followed by recovery. So ask yourself, do you want to be the person who sells out of fear, or the one who sets up for gains when the rebound comes? If you want to know exactly how to invest in 2025, I've got another video right up here. Point upward, but don't click just yet. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the strategies that could change your financial future. I'll see you in the next one.